Hi, this is Israel, and in today's class, we're going to talk about past habits. As you can see, when you want to say something that you frequently did in the past, not only once, but many times, there are two grammar structures that you can use. The first one is used to, and the second one is the modal verb would. Remember that we don't pronounce the L, so we don't say would, we say would. Both, we can use them to talk about past habits, but there is just one difference. The first one is that here in used to, we can use it to talk about actions and states. We can use action verbs and stative verbs. However, when we use would, we can only use it for actions, not for states. Remember that action verbs imply movement and states imply a state, something that doesn't really change. If you have questions about the difference between these two, there is another video, but basically the state verbs are classified in feelings or mental processes. For example, verbs such as understand, know, love, like, want, etc. Those are kind of examples of state verbs. Now that you understand the difference, let's have a look at some examples. Okay, let's check these two examples. First, remember that it's to talk about past habits. So the idea must be clear that it happened not only once, but many times. So here I have my context. I'm saying when I was a kid. And once I establish the context, I can use any of these structures. The first one, it's an action verb. So I'm gonna say, I used to listen to Britney Spears. Or I can say, when I was a kid, I would listen to Britney Spears, which by the way is true. I didn't like to listen to Barbie, I prefer to listen to Britney Spears. Okay, in both cases are correct because we're talking about an action. Which action? Listening. But if I am talking about state, for instance, when I was a kid, I used to understand maths. Understand is a stative verb. That's correct because I'm using used to. But if I want to say, when I was a kid, I would understand maths, that's horrible because here would is not used when you are talking about state. So this one is a patraña and we're not going to be saying patrañas. Now let's have a look at the negative structure and the question form. Okay, now let's have a look at these other examples. Here I have my context, which is in 2017, and then I can say, in 2017, I didn't used to go swimming. I am using the structure used to, but in negative form with the auxiliary didn't or did not, plus used to, but pay attention here. Used to is without the D, without the final D. You have the auxiliary didn't, and after the auxiliary didn't, the next verb goes in infinitive without conjugation. So this is a very common question in English exams, that they put like a V here and they ask you what is the mistake. So pay attention to that part. I can say this, or if it's an action verb, I can say I wouldn't go swimming, or without the construction would not. Quite simple. Now here for the questions, I'm going to start with the structure with the same auxiliary did as we use here. Did, the subject, in this case you, did you used to go swimming? Once again, use in infinitive without the D, like in affirmative sentences. And also remember that after the preposition to, like in this case, the next verb is going to be in infinitive form. So you're not going to be saying used to going, used to went, something like that. And if you want to have a short answer, You can say yes, I did, or no, I didn't. You always answer with the same auxiliary that they are asking you. And finally, if you want to ask the question with would, you can say, would you go swimming? Yes, I would. No, I wouldn't. And here also remember that would is a modal verb. And once again, after a modal verb, the verb goes in infinitive form. That was it. Now, I would like to know, what did you used to do when you were a kid? Leave an example in the comments and I will read it. Bye-bye.